Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Today's video is going to be a bit of a chat. You know, I bought these sovereigns today. 9 came in. I've got another 10 sovs and 2 ounces penciled in. You know, but when things are penciled in, it doesn't mean they're going to come in. It just means that they potentially will come in. So I want to talk about rationale for people buying and also rationale for people selling, because it is very diverse. I've dealt with a lot of people, a hell of a lot of people since I started being a coin dealer. I've dealt with people at the very top end of society. I've dealt with people sometimes struggling to make ends meet. Real diverse selection. Now, when people are buying, I don't really try and question people these days. In the past, I went with the idea that I have a duty of care to look after people both on the buy side and the sell side. And also to me, you know, there's certain rules and procedures that I have to follow, as that gentleman recently found out on the double sovereigns that I purchased. And I remember there's some people they buy for collection, some people buy for investment, and some people buy because they simply have a bad habit that they can't quite shake. And buying coins puts kind of a buffer between making an impulse purchase, whether that be in some cases. So I had a gentleman say to me one time that he had an issue with Coke. I had another gentleman say he had a gambling problem, and they were using coins as a buffer to not spend their money on their addiction, which I think is crazy, but I think it's absolutely ingenious at the same time, because it's really hard. If someone is desperate enough, they'll walk it down to a pawnbroker, but a lot of people wouldn't. Now, this gentleman, he came to me, and he doesn't really sell. He just doesn't. He's more of a buyer. He sold to me once. I think he wanted to clean up his stack. He's very meticulous in how he buys. He will buy maybe once a month, once every 6 weeks. Usually a tenth or a half, sometimes a full sovereign. And he came up to me and he said, I want to sell some sovereigns. And I was like, that's fine. You know, I'm paying spot on sovereigns. If you're okay with that, I can sort that out. I pay on the day of delivery. I check out the price and then I pay the funds. And he said to me, so I've got an interesting, well, we had a bit of a dialogue. We talked quite a bit anyway. He's like, I've got an interesting investment. Oh, it's for an investment. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm always happy to hear that. I consider myself an entrepreneur before I consider myself a coin dealer. I'm always happy to hear people's business ideas, and I've heard many over the years, and some of them have been outright crazy, and some of them, you know, very viable businesses if you can crack the money side of things. So what a lot of people don't understand is business is essentially about cash flow. If that's one thing I could tell people, make sure your cash flow is there. A lot of businesses crumble because they don't have the cash flow to trade properly. And this is one of the reasons why I borrowed a lot of money, a hell of a lot of money, because I knew if I had a bad month and I couldn't pay it back, I've still got the cash flow to trade. I was just trusting the process, and it has paid off. Now, in terms of his investments, or his investment opportunity, he's a foal runner, and a gentleman he knew owns the rights to an event that is already profitable, and he was offered the opportunity to purchase it. And I was just like, that is an absolutely brilliant idea, because he's already part of the hobby. The event's already running. You know, that's a great idea to kind of expand upon. It's in such a niche area that you've got a barrier to entry. And you kind of want that. Like you want a business that other people can't do for various reasons. Anyone can sell candy or anyone can sell lemonade. But what happens if anyone can do it, if someone pitches up over the road or on the internet, you know, the prices come down for everyone. And you've got to be able to make a fair spread. If you make a fair spread and you can do it enough times, you're going to make it a job. So barrier of entry is very important. And for this gentleman, when he told me about it, I was thinking that's an absolutely great idea. I'm more than happy to help facilitate that. Now, I don't know if he made a profit or a loss. I genuinely don't know. But if it enables him to buy a business, because it's an event, but it is a business and it's profitable, and say he can expand it, that's money well spent. That really is. Which leads me to the point. Sometimes I will sell stock to fund investments elsewhere. So the way I view sovereigns and bullion, when I do stack it, I don't mind it making a loss. That you're hearing it from the horse's mouth. This is coming from a professional dealer. I don't mind if I make a token loss on some bids if I take one step back and take 2 or 3 steps forward. There's nothing wrong with taking small losses if you have a viable and valid opportunity in front of you that is going to make you more money. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. So as for these sovereigns, so I'm actually going to do a deal on these, I think. Not this one, but these ones I'm going to do it 1 per customer, and I'm going to do the price pretty cheap plus post. Part of the reason is because I have a lot of postage, and part of the reason is I'm just really grateful that in what I was expecting to be a really difficult year, I've kind of started all right. You know, I think I'm going to have 80 grand worth of buying by the end of the month. Oh, that's what I've got penciled in already, if nothing else comes in. That's a monster effort for me. It's mainly lower margin stuff, but that's okay. You know, I don't have to make a killing on everything. I just have to ride out the bad months, which this is. And take cover for the good months, because the good months will carry me. If I can hit my targets in the bad months and do it dirty, do it the hard way, I'm going to hit it in the good months and it's going to be easier. But if I do it in the bad months and I save the coins, such as the ones you saw, the graded coins, I'm onto a winner in the good months, because it's going to more than exceed my target. So yeah, 9 sovereigns. I wish the gentleman nothing but luck with his new venture. I will probably be asking him about it in the future, because I think it's an absolutely fantastic idea. I think as businesses go, if you can buy something that is very niche, already profitable, and you can do nothing but add to it because you're already in the inner circle, so to speak, I think that's only a winner. You really have to be bad at what you do to mess that up, you know. So yeah, I wish him luck. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will certainly see you on the next one. The next one, speaking of which, I am thinking of redoing my Diary of a Coin Dealer, Diary of a Gold Dealer. I think there's value for both myself and for viewership, so I'm thinking of starting that back up again and doing 1 a week, and in that way I can kind of give you a portrayal of my life and the stresses and the successes and failures, because there are a lot of failures as well. Anyway, take care guys, bye.